Once upon a time in the heart of a sun-drenched savanna lived a lion. Now this wasn't just any lion. Oh no, this was a very special lion. See, this lion was born without the ability to roar. Can you imagine a lion without a roar? It's simply unheard of. All the other lions in his pride could roar, but he couldn't. No matter how hard he tried, all that came out was a pathetic meow. As you can guess, this made him feel pretty lousy. I mean, being the only lion in the pride without a roar is not exactly a good look. The other lions teased him mercilessly. Hey, Mr. Meows a lot. Why don't you go live with the cats? You're more of a house cat than a fierce lion. They'd snicker and nudge each other, trying to make fun of him. Now, our young lion wasn't the kind to stand this sort of treatment. He wanted to be respected, feared even. So he decided to leave the pride and find someone who could help him find his roar. He set off into the tall grass, his tail between his legs, hoping to one day become the mightiest, most roaring lion the savannah had ever seen. After walking for what felt like hours, he came across an old, gnarled tree. And under that tree sat the wisest animal in the savannah, an old, hairy baboon. The lion explained his problem to the baboon, and the baboon listened patiently. When the lion was done, the baboon spoke in a voice that was surprisingly deep. Your roar is inside you, little lion. It's your inner strength, your courage, your spirit. But you have to let it out. How do I do that? Asked the lion. Act. The baboon pointed to a nearby watering hole. Go to the watering hole and bring me back a full stomach of water. But there are crocodiles there, said the lion, and they've been eyeing me hungrily since I arrived. The baboon merely smiled. That's exactly what I want to hear. Go, little lion. Bring me that water. Now, the lion knew arguing with the baboon was pointless. So, with a deep breath, he charged into the watering hole. The crocodiles snapped their jaws and lunged at him, but the lion fought them off, tooth and nail. Finally, when all the crocodiles had retreated, the lion emerged from the water, dripping but victorious. He brought the baboon back to the watering hole and filled his stomach with water. Good, said the baboon when he was done. Now go back and roar. The lion was confused. But how will that help? I still can't roar. The baboon looked at the lion and said, You could roar before you came here, but you were too scared to let it out. What was that roar? I don't understand, the baboon explained. When you brought me the water, you weren't afraid. You let out a mighty roar that shook the ground. That's your roar, lion. It's the courage that brought you here, the bravery that made you fight the crocodiles. That's your roar. The lion thought about what the baboon had said. He remembered how he wasn't afraid to fight the crocodiles. He remembered the surge of power he felt at that moment. He took a deep breath and let out a mighty roar that echoed across the savannah. It was a roar that shook the ground and sent birds flying into the air. The lion had found his roar. From that day on, the lion never had any trouble with the crocodiles again. And whenever he heard another lion roaring, he knew that deep down every lion knows that they can roar. All they need to do is believe in themselves. And now, dear friends, it's time for you to find your roar. Your roar is your unique voice, your special talent, your inner strength. Sometimes we do unrealize we have a roar because we're too busy listening to the meows of others. People might tease you or try to make you feel small, but don't let that stop you. Find your passion, your purpose, and let your roar be heard. The world needs your roar. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our wonderful stories.